First, we'll start with a review of the contract, brief review of that. Review of the contract terms. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to hear and discuss objections to the support of the proposed superintendent contract. Notice of the hearing was posted in local papers, corporation website, as according to state protocol 10 days prior to tonight. Details of the contract were also posted on the corporation website. Those details can be found there. So with that, we'll have public comments for tonight, if there is any. I know not everybody speak at once. Okay, very good. So with that, I'll need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Greg, need a second.
I'll second that.
Ted, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Takes us to the next meeting. This is our, we'll call that meeting to order. This is our annual meeting where we reorganize for election of officers. Tonight we'll elect officers. So first we need a motion for president.
I'll nominate Ted.
Okay, we have a motion for Ted. Need a second.
I'll second.
Mike, any other nominations? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Amberger's president. Need a motion for vice president.
I'll make the motion to nominate Greg Lewis.
Okay, Greg, need a second.
I'll second it.
Anne Marie. Any other nominations? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0.
No, I should.
Oh, sorry.
Same thing.
We'll say 5. Would you like to abstain?
Say 4-0.
4. I'll do my math better.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to me. 4-0. And the one abstain. Okay, need a motion for secretary.
I'll nominate Mike.
Mike? Any other nominations? Or second, I need a second, sorry.
I'll second it.
Anne Marie? Any other nominations? Nope. All in favor, raise your right hand. That's 4, against, 0, abstain, and 1. Okay, we're good. Takes us to appointments. We have a list of them, Mr. Murphy. I recommend we go through the list of appointments, if it's all right with the board.
Yep. So an itemized list for these positions that must be appointed is enclosed. For these appointments, designated superintendent, I suggest you motion to approve the superintendent or his designee. And those appointments are Corporation Treasurer Gretchen Berger, Deputy Treasurer Michelle Carpenter, Career Center Representative would be the superintendent, Southeast Eastern Learning Center Representative, Superintendent, Wilson Center Representative, Superintendent, Rod Representative, Superintendent, ISBA Legislative Representative, that's the Secretary, so that would be Mike. Corporation Attorneys are Doug Wilson and Taylor Hunter, and Board of Finance will be the officers, the board officers. And I request approval of this.
Very good. Need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Anne Marie? And a second.
I'll second that.
Ted, any questions? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Takes us to motions for participation.
Yes, an itemized list for motions of participation is also enclosed. And those areas of participation are at risk, high ability, Indiana Online, Central Indiana Education Service Center, ROD Special Education Cooperative, School Food and Nutrition Program, Southeastern Career Center, Southeastern Indiana School Insurance Trust, Southeastern Indiana Schools Study Council, Textbook Rental Program, Title Programs, Unified Purchasing Cooperative of the Ohio River Valley and Wilson Center, Wilson Education Center. I request approval of all those.
Okay. Need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mike? Second.
I'll second.
Good. Questions? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Takes us to designated newspapers for advertisement.
We gotta do the meeting date and times, the calendar.
Yes,
Okay.
5.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah, so the new calendar for the January 2026 through January 2027 of the board meetings is listed in the board packet, and I request approval of all of those.
okay, need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Greg, need a second,
I'll second it.
and Marie. Any questions concerning those dates? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Now that takes us to designations, yes?
That's right.
For the newspaper.
Yep,
Go ahead.
authorization for Gretchen to use the safe deposit box, and authorization for the board president to appoint individual board members to any necessary committees or as representatives to various organizations. And yes, you're right, I did forget the designated newspapers for the advertisements, which are Osgood Journal and Versailles Republican, so that was under the other approval.
Okay, very good. Okay, for the designations, need a motion.
I'll make it.
Greg? And need a second.
I'll second.
Mike? Any questions? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Anne Marie? Need a second?
I'll second
Ted? Any questions? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. We will now move to our next meeting. We're not going to change seats. Let's see, what else do we have? Call to order.
Go to the finance meeting.
Okay. Mr. President, take over.
that. Okay, we're gonna call this, meeting to order. The report of financial conditions.
Yeah, so if you look in your packets, so this is our due-out report right here. So if you'll pull that one up. So the following graphs have been provided for all schools in the state, so that schools may assess their financial condition using the indicators established by the state. This information is from the 2024-2025 school year, and there are 6 basic graphs. As you can see, our net assessed value is $262,532,092, and it's up from $243,694,525. So our assessed value continues to increase, which is a good thing. These are property values are going up. Key points from the other key points from the graph: enrollment shows a very slight decline from last year to this year. So last year we had a fall. In the fall we were at 1,063. This year we are at 1,059. So it was just a small decline, but nevertheless, it's still up from previous 2 or 3 years ago where we were around 1,018. So we're still holding pretty steady on that. Our demographics: our free and reduced lunch count has increased slightly. And then our special ed numbers continue to increase, with our percentage being 27% of our total ADM right now. So if you move on to the fund balances, all of our fund balances are within acceptable ranges. The latest year reported on the graph is 2024. Indiana has 4 funds: education, operations, debt service, and rainy day funds. The operations fund is made up of your transportation, bus replacement, and capital projects. The education fund is where salaries, benefits are paid, and salaries and benefits are the largest expenditures for most school districts. The tuition support that comes from the state goes into the education fund, and our per student amount has went up a little bit from $6,800 last year to $7,470 per student. And fund balances show that we're able to maintain operations in the event of delays in annual state revenue payments by using existing fund balances. So our balances are healthy enough that if they delay our payments, we'll still be able to operate. So that was the goal. I know the board to keep enough money on hand to be able to operate in the event that happens.
So we're up to 74.70 now, correct?
Yes,
And we were at 60 what?
we were at 68.10, I think, last year.
Good.
So the deficit surplus report shows our deficit went down for the 2024 school year. The decrease happens because we had some debt fall off this year, so that's good. Operations fund has increased significantly from 2023 because we had debt falling off. Most of our higher cost capital projects were completed in 2023 and only had a few smaller projects complete, like sealing the middle school parking lot, installing fire panels, sensors in the high school, fire panels, sensors in the high school, middle school, pool locker room flooring, flooring in the middle school classrooms, like 6 of them, new band room chairs, new water bottle filler. So even though there were several of those, they were all smaller ticket items. So that's nice that we were able to get most of our stuff paid for in 2023. That allows our operations to recoup again. Fund balances as a percentage of expenditures, basically what that means is that essentially that's your surplus cash. And it's just your balances compared to what you're expending out. And we saw a 1.5% increase in that surplus cash from 23 to 24. So that's a good thing. And then the revenue by type includes all sources of revenue increasing in the last couple of years. So if you look at that one, that is on the last page, and you can see it's kind of gone down slightly. The reason for this is most of the federal funding, those programs that we had 2-3 years ago, they're starting to sunset. So, or they're ending, so we're not receiving those extra dollars. And then the state appropriations to fund to schools was less than the year prior. So we saw a decrease. When you combine those 3 situations, you're going to see a slight decrease, but still overall we're in really good shape with that 1.5% increase in our surplus cash. And then as far as referendums are concerned, we've not had to apply for a referendum, which is a good thing. And then tax rate information, we've proposed. When we proposed the budget, it was $2.12 on the tax rate, and then the actual rate came in at $1.36, which is lower than it was the previous year, which was $1.40. But we're keeping it right in line with that, so that's our goal, to keep it the same, so it's not going up.
So the taxpayers saw no impact.
Correct. So fund report for the end of 2025, all of our funds continue to be strong and in good shape. Ed fund is around $1 million, operations fund $2 million, debt service $400,000, and rainy day funds another $1 million. So outlook for our funds is really good. So
You did?
yeah.
Hey, board members, I'll wait for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Tim, do I have a second?
Second.
Mike? Any questions on that meeting? Please vote, 4, 5, 0. Okay, this is, meeting will be our regular board meeting here. We're going to call to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, board members. The public comments and recognitions.
So yes, we have some recognitions tonight. So we have our elementary spell bowl team. So we're happy and excited to see them. We have Coach Shelby rolling right here. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let you tell you what they've accomplished this year. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't even know if everybody's here. I think we're missing 2, I think, on the team. So we had a good turnout this year. This is year 3 of doing spell bowl, taking over from Miss Anne Marie, so it's nice to see her on the board to see this as well, so that was fun. Kids did a great job. They learned 750 words, and then are quizzed on 7 of those words, on an 8-round session. 8-round session, so each kid gets a set of words. We competed in, what were we at? South? Rising Sun, there we go. Competed in Rising Sun and did very well. We got first in our division while we were there, but also got first in the building, which was really nice to see. A score of 23 out of 56 words. So they did very well, and then we placed 19th overall in our division out of, I think there were 67 teams. So in the top 20, I was doing some research on it, and most of the teams that we compete against are very big teams in Indianapolis, huge schools, and so it was a really good accomplishment to hit top 20, so
Good.
I was really proud of them.
With that, you want to introduce your
Yeah.
members here? When
If
she
you're
calls your name, please stand
still-
up.
Yeah, go ahead and stand. So we have, in the back row, we've got Luke Carpenter, Maddie Steele, middle row, we have Brittlin Lloyd, second row, Evan Somer, Elena Rowland, and then in the front, Emily Adams and Cooper Mutz is here present with us
All
today.
right. Well, congratulations. If I could have the Spellable team come up. The board members always want to have a picture with you.
Absolutely. Photo walk, I don't want to miss.
Go ahead. I'll let you get those in real quick. Oh, we forgot one. But thank you. Made up a picture of me. Okay. One last one here. All right, good. Thank you.
Great job.
Congratulations. Now, you are more than welcome to stay, or you're free to go. We just have some more business that you are, similar business that you've already witnessed, so.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
recognizing everybody.
Thank you
That's
for being
great.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Congratulations.
Yeah. Why did they do that? Oh, it's called a motion, so when you have the board members vote, you're saying yes or no.
You're gonna ask some questions about the process.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, board members, we're going to approve the agenda.
So we need to amend it first. So I requested to amend the agenda for tonight's meeting, please add an item G, which is the technology recycling, to the action items section of the agenda.
Okay, approval needed for this additional item.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Anne Marie. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Okay. I need approval needed for the full agenda with this addition.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Mike? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Okay. The consistent agenda, the approval amendments.
So enclosure of minutes from the December 15th, 2025 regular meeting and executive session. And so I request approval of those minutes.
Okay, board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mike and Craig. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Okay, approval of claims of payment, review of financial report.
Yep, so those are enclosed in your packet, all the payments and financials that we incurred for this month, and they're just regular. There's no additions or anything special, just paying bills for the month. So I request approval of those.
Okay, board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mike? Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Anne Marie? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Action item, personnel.
Yes, we have extracurricular recommendations. So I have an Angela Oakes, and it's recommended by Mr. Langford for her to be the special ed department chair. We have Michelle Heinrich for the 6th grade girls basketball coach, Logan Burton as the 7th grade girls basketball coach, and Michaela O'Brien as the 8th grade girls basketball coach. And I recommend approval of all these.
Okay, board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Tim, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mike? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Okay, the superintendent contract renewal. I recommend approving the contract renewal for Pat Murphy as proposed during the public hearing earlier this evening. I need to wait for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Greg? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Mike? Any questions on this? All in favor? 5-0.
Thank you.
Southeastern Career Center operating agreement.
Yes, so includes other revisions, excuse me, and the updates to the operating agreement with the Southeastern Career Center, and I recommend approval of these.
Board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Anne Marie? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Okay, the Southeastern Career Center resolution.
So enclosed is a resolution regarding the Southeastern Career Center adding Madison Consolidated Schools as a member, and I recommend approval of this.
Okay, board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mike? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Greg? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Conference request.
Yes, we have a request for Ryan Lankman, Danny Thomas, and Travis Roy to attend the Indiana School Safety Academy in February in Indianapolis. Excuse me. The Indiana Safety Academy recommends that you send like 3 every year, and what we're trying to do is assemble a safety team. So last year we sent, I think 2, Michelle McKittrick, and actually we sent 3, Michelle McKittrick, John Padfogle, and I think Kim Taylor. So those were the 3, so now we're sending 3 more this year. So I recommend approval for those 3.
Okay, board members, I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Anne Marie? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim Tuck? Any questions? All in favor? 5-0. Fundraising request.
Yes, we have a request from Peyton Bledsoe with the high school cheerleaders to host a mini cheer camp for students in pre-K through 5th grade in February, and I recommend approval for this.
Okay. Board members, wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mike? A second?
I'll second it.
Anne Marie?
Love a good cheer camp.
Anybody got any questions? All in favor? 5-0.
And then we do have item G, that's the technology recycling.
Yes. I'll wait for a motion on item G.
Any questions?
Yeah, so we,
Yeah, you got any
What's
questions?
it cost to move this?
I kind of threw him out off, and that was my fault. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped in, I just didn't want to forget. I recommend approval to add to recycle old, outdated, and unused equipment. The list has been provided in your packet, so if you look here, that's the list right there of all that outdated equipment and things that we have. Some of it's really super old, and a lot of it's like projector bulbs. We don't even use overhead projectors anymore. But the ones that are on the carts and things like that. So it's technology like that, old printers, keyboards that don't work. We have to seek approval from the board to be able to recycle that stuff. So that's what this is. And I recommend approval of that.
All right. I'll wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Tim, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Great. Any questions? All in favor? 5-0.
I usually just put it in my barn when I get done.
Yeah.
See all those dinosaurs in there?
Why do you keep that for?
Okay, the superintendent comments?
Yeah, so firstly, it's awesome about the spell team. I'm so proud of those students and so nice. I know they did pretty well again last year, and I don't know what the circumstance was, but we didn't have quite as many show up to be recognized, so it was nice to see the majority of the team being recognized tonight. So appreciate that, and Coach Rowland for all of her efforts in putting that together. So I'd also like to congratulate Brandy Hicks, intermediate school teacher, for receiving the 25-26 Indiana MAC micro grant in the amount of $2,000. This state grant provides funding to schools who implement creative ways to enhance youth experiences in industry. So we appreciate her efforts for doing that through her math classes. And then also want to congratulate Kayla Rell for winning, for becoming a regional champion this weekend in wrestling. And she'll compete in the state championship next Friday in Indianapolis again for the second straight year. So super happy for Kayla. Again, she's doing it again. She actually had to move up the weight class, so but I guess I didn't get to go this weekend, but Susie said that it wasn't really even a contest. I think she only went to the second period in one of her matches, so she did really well. So super proud of her. So that's all I have.
And she wrestles Friday.
She wrestles Friday in the state championships.
Really? Where's that at?
Indianapolis up in the fairgrounds.
Is it?
And I will be one of them. You're up.
Okay, well, congratulations to Kayla, that's amazing. I love seeing her, she always has a great smile on her face in all those pictures, so. And super proud of the Spell Bowl kids, I don't know the ages, I can't think, I think they're like 4th graders and 5th graders.
These were 4th and 5th graders.
4th and 5th graders. But I know in the past we've done like 3rd, 4th, but most of the schools, or a lot of the schools there, have like complete 6th graders on there, so for these kids to go and be able to compete like that, I think that's a great thing, and the words are hard, and there's a lot of them, so, there's 750 words for those kids to spell, so. And I saw that last night, the choir got to have their concert, so I was glad I didn't get to go, but I saw several pictures and clips, so that's great too. Hope everybody has a great January. I don't know. I'd be okay with a little snow, but I know probably people don't want that.
We don't want snow.
I did hear though today that there is a chance later on.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it quiet.
There we go.
I'm really proud of Kayla once again. She's awesome, as usual. Also, these Spellbow kids, it's just very proud of them. It's awesome to see the quality education's progressing, playing out in real time. It's neat, and it was great to see them all here. I mean, this place was packed. So
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I just like to say I love our Indians academically and athletically. Go Indians.
All right.
Oh, me, sorry. I should have went before you, Anne Marie. I apologize. I will next time.
It's okay.
So I'll be sitting next to Pat and yourself, so when you bring them cookies, I'll be first sitting up at the table. I guarantee you that. So in any case, yeah, hats off to Kayla, Spell Bowl team, all the Indians. We wish teams that are playing right now the best, and pray for a safe, healthy winter, and everybody just, be safe, and let's press through this next semester.
Just gonna say, it's great seeing the little kids actually come in and, that with the accomplishment that they have done. Great things, here at Milan with our academics teams and everything. I mean, just seeing her actually go to the state finals again is a great accomplishment. So, I don't know if you guys recognize this, but if you get time after the meeting, go through the town of Milan because they have the new street lights, the 1954 state champs street lights are all lit up. It really looks good, actually, downtown Milan.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but ask for the board for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Tim, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mike, all in favor? 5-0.